Hey there, my name's Alexis. I'm a product designer at GitLab on the Plan team. An initiative of the UX team has been creating an experience baselines around the most impactful jobs to be done in our stage groups. Once we've mapped out these experiences, the goal is to then go back and improve them. The job I've been mapping out is all about receiving and configuring issue notifications and to-dos. So for example, the job our persona Delaney may be hiring us for is when requirements or scope changes. I want to be notified quickly so that I can understand exactly what we're building, adjust my estimations or ask for more time, and collaborate with my PM on if something should be descoped in order to avoid going over capacity and or not completing quality work as planned. So that was a mouthful. Let's go ahead and walk through all the stages that a user has to go through in order to consider this job done. So for the purposes of this exercise, I'm going to be walking through this job as an engineering manager named Bob Smith. My PM is named Alexis Ginsberg. So Bob, around this issue, it's fairly new. I noticed my PM just created it, and I'm pretty excited to work on it. It looks not very complex and like something that would be pretty easy to implement. So I go ahead and give it a wait. And yeah, I'm pretty excited to work on it. But then I might notice as I'm looking at it that my PM is also still making some changes to it. This is no big deal. I just really want to keep track of what's going on. So I'd probably look around this page and think about how I might watch this issue. After a while, I'd probably notice that there's an added to do button up here and probably click it. And here, I'm not sure exactly what I would expect. Using to-dos in the past, just in my daily life, I'd probably expect this would create a list of things all related to this issue and the various changes it's going through. And after I click that button, I'd probably also notice this little notification up here, or what I would think is a notification, and I click it and see this to-do item. I don't know exactly what I'd expect at this point, but I think I would assume that as my PM or anyone else edited or changed that issue, then I'd get a little bit more granular data. Some other list items would show up here to show me what else was going on within this to-do and issue. So I'm feeling pretty positive at this point. Everything's pretty much as expected. So I'm going about my day just getting some work done. And I decided I want to go back to that issue I was looking at earlier to kind of see the status and what's going on. And I noticed that, wow, my PM has been busy. They've been adding some requirements here. And as expected, it looks like I have another notification here that another to-do list item has been added to my to-do list. I think I'd probably expect to see these two requirements here pop up in my list so I can action upon them and then I'm aware that that's happening. So I'd go ahead and click into here and wow, see, that would be a little confusing to me because as I mentioned before, I'd probably expect to see a little bit more information other than the fact that I just added a to-do. I think I'd probably expect to see the fact that at least my PM has edited the requirements or edited the issue, if not seeing exactly what requirements they added. So that is not what I expected, and that might be a little frustrating to me. So probably what I'd do next is check my email to see that GitLab hadn't sent me any kind of notifications there, and it looks like they haven't. I'm still at inbox 0, which is awesome, but frustrating that GitLab hasn't sent me any notifications of my issue change as I would have expected to happen. At this point, I'd probably start poking around for help and assuming it was my fault for not configuring my notifications properly or in some way. So I noticed this help icon up here, which I'm used to seeing. So I'd probably click on that first. Look at help, maybe, look up notification. Okay, I don't see anything. Look up to-dos. No, don't see anything here. That'd be a little confusing to me, but I did notice a settings somewhere in the navigation. So maybe I'd click that next to see if I can configure my notification setting. So this is probably not what I would expect to see. Maybe it's in general. So I probably click general, start looking in there. It doesn't look like anything here relates to notifications or to-dos. So that, again, is probably not what I would expect. So at this point, I'd probably figure either I can't configure them or probably keep looking. So looking around, I don't see it. I know sometimes settings are under my information in my profile somewhere, so I'd probably click that. Maybe profile. Doesn't look like it's in profile. Maybe, oh, settings. So I'd probably click on that settings. And then from there, try to find the notification settings. I prefer emails, so let me see. Okay, looks like I can add an email address here. That's sort of confusing because I already added one, but I'd try to do it. Gmail.com. Okay, I'm gonna add my email so that I get notifications. Oh, well, that's a little bit confusing to me. It's saying the email has already been taken. I don't really know what taken means, but that makes me feel like someone else is using my email in GitLab, which is a little frustrating and confusing and maybe even a little bit scary. So let me look around. So actually, okay, I see my email is already attached. That's pretty confusing. I didn't see it down there. Looks like it's verified. I wonder if I could change these. Okay, they're not buttons. So that would be a little confusing to me that these are not buttons. I don't really know what they are. But anyway, it looks like my email has been linked. And although that was a little bit confusing, I guess that's good. I already linked it here. So since my email was already linked, I guess that was not the problem. So I'd try to figure out how else I could set these notifications, and I see this notifications area in here. So I'd expect to be able to fine tune my settings there, and it looks like that is hopefully the case. I have my notification email here. It's kind of strange because I thought I just defined that, but it looks right, which is good. So I don't really know what global notifications could mean. And I'm kind of anxious that if I change this, it will change the notification level for everyone in my group. But I like these little descriptions so I could better understand which each of these means. I wonder why it was already set on participate as default though. I think I would want to set this as watch to make sure I receive any notifications on my issues and I don't miss anything. But again, I'm hoping this doesn't change it for everyone in the project and I don't annoy my whole team. I don't know what groups or projects. So there's another drop down here. I can't really see it. Let me try to scroll over. I don't really understand why there's two different drop downs, but I'm gonna go ahead and keep that at global. And I guess that's gonna also be watch. So I guess that makes sense. I don't really know where to save this. So I guess it just auto saves. So as I was playing with these notification settings, I noticed that this little green alert popped up here. I think I'd be a little confused and think that maybe it was notifying me that I just changed my notifications. So let me go ahead and click into that. It looks like I've been assigned to an issue or something like that. This looks really similar to the to-do page, so I'm kind of confused why what this is and how it's different. But this wasn't notifying me that my changes saved, so let me check my email and make sure I didn't get a notification that changes were saved. No, I didn't. So I guess it auto-saved. Let me check it and make sure. I go back to settings, I go back to my notifications. Okay, so it's still watched, so it did auto-save. I guess I guess that's okay. I just didn't get any feedback that it did that. So let me check. I see this preferences here. Maybe I could further fine tune my notifications and to-dos. That would be nice. Okay, but nothing in here is related to to-dos or notifications, so I guess not. I almost wonder if I could have the notifications within here so I could just have everything in one place. That would be kind of nice. So I'm noticing this is still green and that's a little confusing. I keep wondering if it's trying to alert me to something, but I guess not. So, well, it looks like I changed my notification settings at least. So that makes me happy. I'm gonna go ahead and dive back into the issue itself now. So Bob, me, is back on this issue, checking it over once more. It looks like my PM is pretty much done setting requirements, which is nice. I see this notification setting over here. I don't really know what it does. I probably click around to see if it gave me any feedback on what it is. I don't see anything, but I probably don't want to turn it off because I don't know if that's going to turn it off for my entire team or just me, and I'm not exactly sure what it's doing. So I'll just keep that on for now. Then I'd probably check my email to make sure I haven't gotten any notifications from my PM about that issue. So I haven't. So that looks like it's been preset and I could start working on it perhaps. And I'd probably start doing that. So as Bob, I've worked on this issue for a bit, and then I might go back to the issue because I forgot one of the requirements. And I've noticed now that, oh my gosh, a bunch of requirements have been added, and I don't remember getting any notifications about that. So I look, I didn't. I probably check my email again to make sure. I haven't received any notifications about that requirements changing, and I haven't. So that's pretty frustrating, and that issue has changed a lot. So I'd want to go back in there and change the weight something higher to reflect all the changes that have been made. It's pretty complex now. And because I've not gotten any notifications since I basically started on this issue, I probably want to make sure I tagged my PM to make sure they know what's going on. So I tag Alexis and let them know that I updated the weight here. And hopefully she gets my ping because I haven't been getting her pings. And it's weird that I didn't see anything about these requirements changing. So I'm pretty frustrated at this point. So I'm working elsewhere in the product. When I notice I have another to-do up here, I click that and I see that my PM has replied on that issue, which is interesting. And I finally got a to-do about that. I guess that's because she directly mentioned me. And it also looks like the requirements are set. So that's good news. I wonder why I got notified about this. And it looks like I also got both notifications when she just wrote to me. So I wonder why I got those notifications, but I didn't get notified when she was changing the issue. That's kind of frustrating and interesting, but at least I got pinged. And it's a good thing I looked at this issue and checked my email because it didn't look like I got a to-do that the requirements were actually set. So that's also kind of weird. But the good thing is the requirements are set, so I could actually start working. So it might have been a day or two, and I'm checking my email. So I'm checking my email, and I'm noticing I got a new email from my PM. But wow, this is not related to me, and it's a lot of noise. And I'm noticing I'm starting to get a lot of emails like this that aren't really related to me in the issue, and it's just getting like too much to check in my email. I wonder if I could fix this somehow. So I'm going to go back to the issue and look this over. I notice this notification setting again. And I wonder if I turn this off, if that means I won't get emails unrelated to me anymore. So that'd be nice. I'm going to try that. And then a few days later, I might notice that I haven't been getting notifications from that issue anymore, and I've not been getting any noise from my teammates that's not important to me, just them discussing things back and forth or moving the issue around, stuff like that. So that makes me happy. And it looks like I haven't gotten any to-dos about it. So nothing must have changed, which is good. So I'm probably going to go ahead and complete these and mark them as done. It's kind of confusing that they're still showing up in my list. I don't really understand that because I just said I was done with them. Maybe I just need a refresh here. So let me try that. Okay, that's kind of weird that they just didn't disappear right away, but they're gone now, so that's good. So it might be a few days later, and I'm in the office working on this issue, just getting some work done, but I notice I have a lot of to-dos, so I'd probably click in there to address those. A few of these I've already done, so I'm going to click done on those. It's pretty confusing to me which ones I've already clicked, and I'm kind of scared of like undoing on accident, but I know this will disappear eventually. So I'm going to go ahead and check my mail too to see if I missed anything. What's going on today? Looks like I got a notification. Oh wow, that's not good. Uh-oh. What's going on? Okay, so it looks like my PM is asking me about the status. It says the requirements changed, but I didn't get pinged about that until today. Let me find that issue again. Click into it. Uh-oh, okay. So yeah, it looks like she added at least two more requirements here. Oh, so she wrote this a few days ago, but I guess I didn't see it. Was it in my to-dos? No, I didn't see it in my to-dos. And I didn't see it in my email either. That's not good. I think she updated that 4 days ago and I didn't even see that. And she already told the product team about these new things we're going to implement. So I'm going out of office for the day, so I should probably just let her know that I'll check on this later. But that's not good. I'm pretty frustrated at this point. Okay, so it's the next day. I'm coming back into the office. I know there was that one issue that I really needed to get to fast, the one that I missed, the requirement changes. So I want to let my PM know what's going on, and maybe we should break that issue up. Maybe I need to reweigh it. I don't know. I need to take some action. So let me try to find that to do where my PM wrote me. It looks like it's not here anymore. I don't really understand why. Let me try filtering by comments that my PM made. It looks like it's still not there. I don't know why. I guess it got marked as done, but I didn't mark it as done, so it must have been done automatically. I don't really know why. So let me try looking in the issues dashboard, see if it's in there. I don't remember which one it was, so this is kind of frustrating. This is a lot of issues that I'm working on that I'm assigned to. I don't remember the one my PM mentioned. Let me check my email. Maybe I could find it in there. Okay, I don't remember which one it was. So let me see, let me look up status and requirements because I know she mentioned those words in that comment to me. Okay, here it is. Great, okay, I found it, that's good. This is nice that I could just view it directly from Google. I could just view it on GitLab, so let me go ahead and do that. Thank you, Google. All right, yay, this is it, awesome. Okay, I wonder why it's not a to-do anymore though. That's really strange. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove the wait until I figure out what's going on here. We should also probably create some more issues here and split up these requirements. So I'm gonna let my PM know that in just a minute, but I think I should actually just turn these notifications back on because it doesn't seem like I'm getting everything. And even if it's noisy, I guess that's better than missing anything. Yeah, it looks like I'm getting a lot of noise again, which is pretty frustrating, but at least I'm not missing anything big. So I've at least completed the job. The requirements are set and I've been notified with a lot of hiccups along the way. So we walked through this experience in the mind and the shoes of a user, probably an engineering manager. And as I mentioned before, there were a few hiccups along the way, but we were able to complete this job. So putting my product designer hat back on, I think I would give this experience a score of somewhere around a D or a D+, which means it's presentable. If you look at our grading rubric here, I would agree with all of this. The workflow had clear issues and maybe shouldn't have gone into production without a little bit more thought and testing. Users might not be able to complete tasks, or they might abandon the whole thing entirely because it's not behaving as expected. So obviously this is a bit frustrating. The good thing is that the entire point of this exercise is to identify these issues so that we can now spend the next few months building out solutions for these. And then in a few months' time, we will then revisit this exercise, do another mapping, and then also probably create another video and see where we have improved. So please keep your eyes out for that. And if you have any ideas, feel free to create an issue around this. I look forward to hearing from you, and thanks for all your time.